I hope. I hope he doesn't see me. I hope I'm hiding myself well, said that giant flightless bird, whom humans mostly call Dodo. It thought to itself, I have to live, or else no one of my kind will ever exist again. But suddenly, a small, hard, round thing penetrated through its head, making a thunderous roar. The poor Avis imploded on the green grass floor of the forest of the islands of Mauritius, which became the unfortunate eyewitness of this extinction. Nature had to sacrifice one of its assets for the self-proclaimed gem of this planet, the Homo sapiens. The Khejri tree was in its juvenile stage then. As it was unable to move from its place, it did not know about anything happening in the world. Suddenly, a group of humans came running towards it and its neighboring trees and started hugging them tightly. The tree told them, I love you too, humans, but why are you all doing this all of a sudden? Though none of the humans over there heard it, all of a sudden, many people came into sight with an axe in hand. One of them said, Get lost from here, stupid people! Let us do our work! The humans hugging the trees said in chorus, We are not going anywhere. We will not let you cut these trees. If you want to cut them, then you have to cut us off first. On the other side, one of those people, the contractor, beckoned the others to go ahead and continue. The axe was then driven over the bodies of those women and children and finally fell all the Khejri trees down. These are the self-proclaimed gem of this planet, the Homo sapiens. Dear humans, please listen to me. I have my family as well. You see, whenever you all wanted milk from me, I never denied to give, despite the fact that my own child did not get enough of it. I love you all. Please let me go. Mooed the poor cow as it was being dragged into the slaughterhouse by its both ears. The humans then started poking holes into that poor being's body with iron rods and hitting its head with hammers until the blood oozes out of it. You could simply just kill me if you want to eat me so desperately. Why this torture? What have I ever done to deserve this? After many unspeakable tortures being applied on the cattle, it ultimately gave up on its body and became cold. Mother Nature have to see this every day, these deeds of the self-proclaimed gem of this planet, the Homo sapiens. My dear kids, humans are very generous. They love us and care for us. They give food to us. What else is important? Said the canine mother to its little puppies. She continued, Always be loyal towards them and protect them, no matter how bad they treat you. The pups wagged their tails in agreement and started wandering outside a hospital near which they lived with their mother. There, they saw many people going inside. Some gave them food, some nestled their little heads, and others shooed them away by kicking or scaring them. But their most favorite humans were two young nurses of the hospital. They always tried to show their affection by jumping around, licking, and rubbing their heads against their feet. Those two nurses rolled their eyes and looked at each other with a devilish smirk on their lips. The next day, those young nurses behaved unbelievably sweetly with the little puppies and lured them to the entrance of the hospital. Those innocent puppies talked among themselves. Mom was absolutely right. Humans are so good. Sometimes they behave roughly, but they feed us as well. Suddenly, the soft, caring hands of the nurse turned into a hard, cruel rock which dragged them by holding their nape. Suddenly, those two cruel female humans, who were most probably demons in disguise, started hitting those little pups with a big rock on their little heads. They cried out, "Mom, it is painful. Mom, should we tolerate this too? Mom, will you ever trust humans again?" Taking notice all of a sudden, they saw their mother was tied with a rope to a lamp post nearby, who screamed, "Humans, please don't do that. Please leave them. I swear on my own life, I won't let them linger around you all. I swear, please humans, I can't tolerate this. My heart is tearing into pieces." Her wailing in dog language went unnoticed amidst the laughter of the humans present over there. The blood flowing down the heads of the pups drenched the fur present all over their little bodies, and the little lives left those little bodies. That day, not only the mother of those canines, but Mother Nature too, cried out in agony for her most faithful creation, for the self-proclaimed gem of the planet, the Homo sapiens. Humans are not at all trustworthy, friend. I try to stay as far as possible from them. I will advise you to stay away from them too. Don't you see what they do with the other animals?" said one female cat to the other one. The other one said, "You are just being a scary cat. If you just see the negative side of humans, then you will never find anything good about them. You maintain your social distance with humans. I am going to have some food, which one human has kept ready for me." Then the other cat lifted her tail up with pride and walked towards the house nearby. There, she saw that a human was standing at the gate, but no food was kept for the cat. So she brought the tail down, which was before then fluttering in the air, and sat near the human, expecting he will give her something to eat. But human headed inside the house, pretending that he did not see the cat. But the cat too followed him and went inside the house. After entering one of the rooms inside, she observed that the human was sticking a rectangular black thing on a weird-looking three-legged object. Yes, a mobile phone on a tripod stand. On looking around the room, the cat observed a rope hanging from the ceiling fan. The cat, before understanding anything, was grabbed by her scruff and lifted up towards the rope by the human. She meowed. "What have I done, human? Will you throw me in the dustbin? But what is my fault? Please, human, leave me." The human laughed hysterically at her meows and spaced the noose of the rope to pass it through its neck. Then, after tightening the noose, he clicked on the recording button on the mobile phone and swung the travailing body of that poor feline. Finally, after some time, the body stopped making any movements, and thus, once again, the self-proclaimed gem of this planet has entertained himself by torturing another life. Please don't go, dear. Don't go in the areas where humans live. They can kill you, said the male elephant to his pregnant wife. She kept her trunk on his and said, "You are the leader of our herd and my husband as well. It is absolutely natural for you to be concerned for me. But I am telling you, nothing will happen. Human women too get pregnant. Then how can they kill me? I will be right back after having something." Then she went away in search of food. Suddenly, a big pineapple came into her notice, which was falling on the ground. The amount of hunger she possessed that time was too much to be controlled. She took the pineapple up on her trunk without a second thought and saw that a group of humans were standing a bit far, looking at her. She thought, I'm sure it's them who kept it here for me. And thereafter, she put that pineapple in her mouth. And I hope every one of you know what happened next. She ran towards the nearby lake and sat there, immersing her body in it to tolerate the pain. She thought, "You were right, dear. Humans can never ever be trusted. They do not want to care for anybody else other than themselves. I am sorry I did not obey. I am sorry that I am going to die today with my unborn child. I am sorry that I trusted humans." Then she closed her eye and awaited for death as the blood from her mouth left a red hue in the water. But this time, Mother Nature did not break down or cry over her death. She raged in fierce anger and swore that she won't forgive these self-proclaimed gems of the planet, Homo sapiens, anymore.